Hello everyone, welcome to Evolution Astro. Today we will start a new series, Numerology Series. We will start with number 4 today and then we will cover the remaining numbers in the coming days. So number 4 is called the psychic number for all the people who are born on these dates, that is 4th, 13th, 22nd or 31st of any month, any year. If you notice, 13th, the 1 and 3 they sum up to 4, 22nd the 2 and 2 sum up to 4, even 31st 3 and 1 as well sum up to the 4. So these are all dates which are governed by number 4. So generally it is so believed that when a person is born on a particular date, the psychic number of that day, that particular date, that vibration stays with the person throughout his life. So that's what we are going to go through and analyze here. Number 4 is ruled by planet Rahu. Planet Rahu is not a physical planet, but it is a mathematical point when the moon crosses the equator of the earth. So that point is termed as Rahu. So it's a retrograde planet. That means it goes always in the reverse direction. Okay. Let's understand some of the key characteristics of the people born in the psychic number 4. Number 4, they have a lot of ups and downs in their life. So having so many ups and downs, they become programmed to face them quite boldly. There are a lot of growths and there are a lot of the growth struggles in their life. I think that their childhood is not generally so good. So from the growth perspective, and then they learn to face, the ups and downs in an easy fashion due to this. So they think very much in a structured and logical way. Very much of structure and a lot of logic in the way they think. They are very, very dedicated people in whatever they undertake and very hardworking in their jobs. At a time they could be quite secretive and hold on to a lot of secrets. The number 4, they support an underdog. An underdog, when we say what does it mean is, it means a person who is losing the argument or who is losing the game, they support them. Even if number 4 wants to join politics, they join the opposition. So that's how they work. Okay, they have a different viewpoint always. They view things very differently from all the other numbers. So for this, they become a victim to criticism. They get criticized quite a lot in their life. So it is very hard to argue with the number 4 person, as they always have all the facts ready. Okay, let's go down the line and see furthermore characteristics of number 4. Okay, generally it's so believed that their intentions are not fair enough, but that's how it looks. But I think they have really fair intentions. So they like reforms. They want to change things. They would like to bring reforms to benefit the poor and downtrodden people in the society. So they would become part of some NGOs as well. And one more thing which we notice in our research is they love conspiracy. So they like to plan the conspiracy. They sometimes join conspirators as well. Okay, they have a very luxurious way of living. So this luxurious way of living gives a feeling to people that they are very rich, which actually they may not be. So they like art. They like to visit, like art exhibitions, cultural festivals, the ancient ruins, palaces. So they like to visit all these places. Overall, they would like to create a balance in their life, and they end up creating systems that can create this balance. So they are very good planners and very hardworking people. Sometimes they could be extremely selfish and would go to any extent to fulfill their selfish motives. So this number 4 people, they do not have a very large number of friends. They have just a chosen few, and they stick to them throughout their life. They're like lifelong friends. Okay. So coming to conversation, they're like very good conversationalists. Okay. And they're quite polite in dealing with the opposite sex. So they do get a lot of rewards, recognitions, and all this comes quite later in part of their life, in the later life. Okay, going further, we have certain months which are not generally favorable. Like October, November, December are not favorable for number 4. The good dates which are favorable for number 4, these are dates 1, 10, 19, and provided if they fall on Monday, it's good. So there are favorable colors. So the colors favorable for number 4, these are blue, grey, khaki, and other shining, shimmering colors. For number 4, they are very hardworking, but for anyone to have success, you need both. You need hard work, you as well need the luck factor. So the luck factor seems quite lacking. So that can be brought in by these dates, following the lucky dates, the favorable colors which we have mentioned here. So number 1, the psychic number 4, they move along best. They have a good relationship with number 4, number 5, number 6, and even number 8. Note, number 8 is made up of 2 4s. 9 is more like it's a least compatible, it's the lowest compatible. So the 4 and the 8 psychic number, they form a good team together. They can work as a team very well together. So looking at the health part of it, from health, generally they are quite nervous. So the brain, the nervous system, tends to suffer. They are very stressful. Sometimes, certain incidents could make them very restless. So they should follow certain remedies. The remedies we recommend, for calming down, like doing japa with a mala, they can calm down, and they need to find more better, good ways of calming themselves down. So that's going to make their life really good. Okay, the food, from the food point of view, the bitter food is what helps them keep good health. Like one example, bitter gourd, can be a good form of food for them. Okay, so if you look at the psychic number 4, the dates in a month, possibly which they are born on, they can be like 4, 13, 22 and 31st. In this, the most best is considered to be 31st. And 13 as we know is connected with bad luck. So, but however, 13 is still considered better than a 4. Okay, let's look at 22 now. Okay, the people born on 22nd. So 22 is 2 moons. Why we say 2 moons? Because number 2 represents the moon. So that means moon again, it's it's an emotional graha. So 2 strong emotions. So these people, they get quite emotional. They should learn how to control their emotions and should learn to become stable in that emotional point of view. They are the 22nd, they are very good in relations. They are good and warm with people. The only problem they have is they are not very well organized. So this is what creates troubles for them. So when they get very well organized, then they can become very super productive. And they also have ability to survive disasters. Sometimes they have the 22nd, they generally tend to have an irregular heartbeat, and that is by nature. That's how they are born. I think they don't have to treat that, but it's there throughout the lifetime. Okay, there are certain karmic lessons. And before that, I wanted to speak about the appearance part of it, right? Identifying a number 4 is quite easy by looking at them, right? They have wiry, strong. Their hair are very thick. They're thick like wires. Their eyebrows are thick, and generally they have more hair on their body, and the eyebrows, they become quite close, almost, they join. So their look is quite different, where you can identify them. So they don't look straight when they walk. They tend to look down and walk. That's one more characteristic about them. So we have certain karmic lessons for psychic number 4, meaning that if these karmic lessons are followed, then they'll have a more good life. They'll be more better than what they are. Okay, in general, they are very unsatisfied, right? So they should learn how to be, not be so much unsatisfied, and be able to reach their satisfaction levels. Okay, the other thing is, they are very impatient. So they need to develop the patience, and they tend to judge people like, okay, so and so person is not good because of so and so reasons. So they are very judgmental. So they should stop this, judging the people. So that's one more point which they need to overcome. And they need to look at, positives when looking at things. So they need to leave the negative aside and look more at the positive part of, whatever they are looking at. So that's going to, improve their life quite a lot. So they do have routine problems. So their routine is not planned. So what happens is, they did not plan their routine, and from the morning the things are going haywire till the day ends. So they need to build a very strong routine which is going to have their days go very well. So they tend to get angry. So they need to learn how to overcome the anger part as well. Okay, then becoming more and more, they are quite critical. They like to criticize. So they need to be more uncritical, and they should be more trusting. They always doubt everything. Then they doubt the doubt. So they keep doubting their whole life. So they need to come over that. They should learn about trust. What is trust, and learn to trust people. Okay, so very low on appreciation side. They need to learn how to appreciate the people. So that's quite important. So a good learning needed there. And sometimes it so happens they're like quite selfish. They should, reduce this selfishness, and they should, perform selfless service. So we have seen from research, what we have seen is, this number 4, they are quite materialistic generally. They would like to acquire a lot of material things in their life, and they end up spending a lot of money to, buy these material things and acquire them and have them, right? So that is one thing. And I think one more thing which I missed was like the number 24 is quite lucky for them. So 24, if they could manage to get 24, be it a house number or be it related to the spouse, or it can be anything else as well. Like, so it's 24 is quite lucky for number 4, psychic number 4 people. Okay, some more karmic lessons. Okay, they do not decide things quickly. So what they do is, they decide something, then they'll go and ask 10 people, what do you think? This is what I decided, and they take a lot of time to commit that decision. So that puts them at the back of the game. So they need to, do this quickly, learn how they can, with less of validation from people, be able to still arrive at a good decision taking independently. And in generally they are like very yes people. Like they say yes for almost everything, and then they end up not doing or having things half done. So they should learn to say no. That's one of the biggest karmic lessons if you see on this particular slide for them. So they should learn when it's right to say no, and be able to say no. So that's one more thing. Okay, and another thing we notice this, people born on 4, psychic number, this number follows them throughout their life. It could follow them as a 4, or it could follow them as a 8. So they tend to get into hotels with room number 4, 13, 22, table number 4, table number 13. It can be even their driving license numbers, their car numbers. So it will follow the whole life. It keeps following. So that's another thing which was noticed about this particular number. Okay, so let's go further from here. Okay, if we see this particular screen, you see that number 4 and 13 is missing on the elevator, on the elevator buttons. So it's considered as unlucky in many Western countries, in China as well. You see the here as well, like 4 is missing, right? Even 13 is missing. So these numbers have been skipped. The reason being that they are believed to be unlucky, and quite a lot of ups and downs can happen if these numbers are there. So they are omitted here. So there are certain celebrities who are born on these dates. So we have very well-known celebrities who are psychic number 4s, and if you notice, number 4, they have the gift of climbing quite high in life. So that's another good thing about number 4. So with this, we conclude our video about the psychic number 4 today. Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks for watching. See you again in the next video. Thank you. Bye.